If you want to score 90% marks in social science, this video is for you. Study Tech presents most important questions of the rationalized syllabus of class 10 social science board examination 2021 for budding toppers. Hello friends, these questions are undoubtedly based on careful research of last 10 years question papers, so they can benefit you most. In the beginning, let's take a quick look at the pattern of the question paper for this year. In the social science class 10 paper, section A will have 16 1-mark questions which will include MCQs, fill-ups, one-word answer, definitions and reasoning based questions. Section B will contain 6 3-mark questions. Section C will contain 16 MCQ based source based questions. Section D will contain 5 5-mark questions and section E will contain map work containing 5 marks. तो आइए शुरू करते हैं इकोनॉमिक्स पोर्शन से। अगर आपने इकोनॉमिक्स प्रिपेयर नहीं किया है तो ये सिर्फ 10 क्वेश्चंस प्रिपेयर करिए और आपका पूरा प्रिपरेशन हो जाएगा। Chapter 1 Development. First question, describe World Bank's criterion and UNDP criterion for measuring development. Question number 2, why are better public facilities needed for the development of the country? From chapter 2, first question is, tertiary sector is playing a significant role in the development of India. Give reasons to support your answer. Question number 3, workers are exploited in the organized sector. Do you agree with this view? Give reasons to support your answer. Next question is, what is disguised unemployment? Why is it so harmful for the country's development? And what is the basic idea behind the SHGs for the poor? Chapter Money and Credit में से important question है, prove with arguments that there is a greater need to expand formal sources of credit in rural India and money has made transaction very easy, justify. Globalization chapter में से important questions है, what are the ways in which MNCs control production in other countries and what is the impact of globalization and the impact of globalization has not been uniform, explain. So if you will prepare all these questions of economics, automatically you will be able to answer any question from the economics section because most of the questions asked are based on these topics only. ज्योग्राफी तो शायद आपको इजी लगता होगा, लेकिन क्या आप ज्योग्राफी में ये क्वेश्चंस डिटेल में लिख सकते हैं? आइए देखते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, प्रिपेयर द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ ऑल टाइप्स ऑफ सॉइल्स। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, व्हाट इज लैंड डिग्रेडेशन, हाउ इट इज कॉज्ड एंड हाउ इट कैन बी चेक्ड। देन द नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन इज, व्हाट इज सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट। देन फ्रॉम द एग्रीकल्चर चैप्टर, what are the staple crops of India and tell the climatic conditions for the growth of rice and wheat. The next important question from agriculture is, what are the technological and institutional reforms to improve agriculture production in India and why iron and steel industry is not able to perform to its best. This is from manufacturing industries chapter. Then from manufacturing industries chapter, what is industrial pollution and how it can be checked. Another important question from the same chapter is, why sugar industry is shifting towards south and what is the importance of cotton textile industry in India. अब हम आते हैं last chapter पे, lifelines of Indian economy. So in this, prepare this question very properly. How do roadways score over railways and what is the role of communication and how do physiographic divisions affect the distribution pattern of Indian railways. Dear friends, civics portion तो आपको शायद इतना interesting नहीं लगता होगा, but don't lose heart. Prepare only these questions. Most of the time they are only asked in exam. First is, what do you know about Belgian model of power sharing? Second is, what is majoritarianism? Describe the majoritarian steps taken up by Sri Lankan government and what was its impact. Then, what is the need of power sharing and difference between horizontal and vertical power sharing? From the Federalism chapter, prepare the features of federalism and the Amendment Act of 1992 for decentralization. Besides this, you should also prepare the union list, state list and concurrent list which makes India a federal country. Then what are the functions of political party and what are the challenges faced by political parties? This also you should prepare, and how to reform the political parties. Then from the last chapter you can prepare how is democracy accountable, responsive to the needs and expectations of the citizens of a country. Analyze this statement. Then why is democracy considered as the best form of government? This question can be asked with different language also. Then democracy stands much superior to any other form of government in promoting dignity and freedom of individual. Support this statement. तो सिविक्स के इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस जानने के बाद अब आखिरी में बारी आती है हिस्ट्री की. हिस्ट्री इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओनली 2 चैप्टर्स आर देयर विच आर कैरिंग 20 मार्क्स. आपको हिस्ट्री का प्रिपरेशन बहुत प्रॉपरली करना है बिकॉज फ्रॉम हिस्ट्री वेराइटी ऑफ क्वेश्चंस कैन बी फ्रेम्ड एंड आस्क्ड. सो आई एम टेलिंग यू द डिफरेंट सेक्शंस विच यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर फॉर हिस्ट्री. राइज ऑफ नेशनलिज्म इन यूरोप में से यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ इटली, जर्मनी एंड ब्रिटेन आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. देन रिफॉर्म्स इंट्रोड्यूस्ड बाय नेपोलियन. देन you have to prepare the revolution of 1848 of the liberals. Then another important question is the steps taken up by the French revolutionaries to create a sense of collective identity among French people. Another important question is how did Romanticism seek to develop a particular form of nationalist sentiments during 18th century? Explain. Major proposals of Vienna Congress is also very important, and allegory of Germania is also very important. Now let's talk about nationalism in India. In this you have to prepare why was non-cooperation movement started in 1920 and why did Gandhiji call off this movement in 1922, and explain the economic impacts of non-cooperation movement. You can be asked about Rowlatt Act, Alluri Sitaram Raju, or impact of First World War on India, Inland Immigration Act, and Swaraj for the plantation workers in Assam also. Concept of Satyagraha is also equally important. Then a comparative study between Civil Disobedience movement and non-cooperation movement also is important. Then explain the major factors which promoted the sense of nationalism in India. This is also equally important. Then the last question can be how did Salt March become an effective tool of resistance against British colonial powers? If you want to know more about source-based questions, 1-mark question and map work, you can go to the channel and find these videos also. Presentation of answer is equally important. You may find a video on presentation of answers also on the same channel. So best of luck for your exam. Keep watching Study Track.